Much has happened since last I wrote, and I can hardly put words to my experience. While Lady Eloise laid on her deathbed, I was bidden by Lady Beatrice to attend her annual Winterfest ball. It was to be my coming out into society. I couldn't reject her, no matter what I wanted. Not for a moment have I been allowed to forget my place in this house and my standing in society here. I am not ungrateful, but nor do I thrive. I've been taught well when and how to smile, when to laugh or ignore, when to breathe and sip and sit. The whole of my life I've dreamed of knights and princesses and gowns and gallantry. But dreams are meant for warm nights in soft beds. I felt wasted on the fulfillment of old dreams, and then Colonel Malcolm Clark asked me to dance. I have chased the fairy tales of my childhood in gray corners and smoggy skies. I thought they were dead, remnants of a bygone era or a time that never existed. And then I danced with Colonel Malcolm Clark. He took me away from the crowd and let me pin the roses from my dress into his hair. He looked like a fairy king. We talked in the gleam of the full moonlight under the gaze of frozen Esmeralda. 2 days later, well, we held the funeral for Lady Eloise. I thought it was an ill omen, and then I began to think of it as her final offering to me. In her death, she freed the colonel, but too, in her death, something odd began to happen. No longer did Lady Beatrice hover and lord over me. At first we shared only tea, and then she asked me to write her letters for her, as her eyes weren't as strong as they used to be, and she praised my handwriting. Some of the correspondence were even quite personal. After a few months, we began to walk every morning together. The lady would trickle out her life to me in motes and beams. I thought it to be friendly. Her daughter had died and she was heartsick and lonely. Her family had always been consumptive. It had taken her husband, then Elizabeth, then Eloise, but had always spared her. Lady Larch, won't you walk with me today? Shall I send for the doctor?
I'm not ill. Go away.
You'd better dress and come out, or I'll drag you out. I don't know why I said it. Perhaps I wanted to hurt her. Lady Beatrice had done such small, horrendous things. One afternoon, I found all my belongings gone. I thought she was done with me, but no. She had all my things sent to Lady Eloise's room, so I might stay within it. The fern robin sent from his trek. Helene's books. The jewelry box you painted for me that now sits on the fireplace mantel with Eloise's childhood chums, and my writing desk with the painting with you inside a cottage above it. Lady Beatrice, no matter day or night, always seemed to find me there. It was as if she knew. And I was so often interrupted, I soon felt disheartened even to pen a letter. That's when my letters stopped. She would have had my company every moment if she had the boldness to ask. I truly believe that. And then I realized, the girl there, above the fireplace, who is she?
You should know very well who that is. It's me, a long while ago before I was married.
I can see it now that you've said, but why should I have known?
You look so much like her as all, Elizabeth, but with Eloise's gentleness, mightn't I call you that sometime? Elizabeth.
I said nothing, but I felt as if I had said yes, I would be bound here, like Esmeralda, like Elizabeth, like Eloise. I felt I would die like them all too. Isn't that strange? My only reprieve was Colonel Clark. Malcolm, as he asked me to call him, I learned he had been betrothed to Elizabeth when they were children. And when she died, that betrothal passed to Eloise, and now I wanted it. I knew if I said yes to being called Elizabeth instead of Ginny, I would have gotten it. But Lady Beatrice realized what my silence had entailed. It was just a kiss, Addie. And suddenly, Lady Beatrice was threatening to throw me out, to finish her paying for school, to disgrace my name and the name of our family. She said I was too young for courting. She said the colonel didn't belong to me, but I understood that it was myself who did not yet belong to her. The names she called me were bitter and not worth repeating. Something in me broke open then. What are those moments Helene is always talking of? I had one. I was a child in Gray's Perch, plotting and scheming again, with a mind wishing for scope and escape.
I'm not one of your daughters, Lady Beatrice.
Malcolm and I married the next morning in secret. The only thing I managed to take with me from that part of my life was one of the dresses Lady Eloise had bought me so long ago. For the first time in many years, I feel the breath of color in my life, shrouded in gray or no, with a full heart. Virginia Clark.